this is Brandy with Stitchin' in Oregon. I am back today on June 22nd to film a WIP parade. So we'll call this a floss tube extra instead of numbering it. So I want to start off today. Obviously, I have a big giant, I commandeered one of my kids' laundry baskets to put all my projects in so they would be easier to grab. So they seem a little precarious. We'll have to see. I had a recent comment on one of my videos that I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but a viewer decided to subscribe in hopes of seeing my dog again, Olaf. And he is always in the room with me when I am filming these, but I don't show him as much anymore. So I'm going to see if I can show him real quick. He's curled up on a beanbag, but I film on my computer, so this might be a little tricky. So, let's see. There he is. Oli. Say hi, buddy. Hi. So, there is his obligatory appearance on Floss Tube. So, I did do WIP parade in January, maybe. I'm coming up on 1 year on Floss Tube. I think I started last year, July or August. It was when the air show was happening and the Blue Angels were flying over, so you could hear them in the video. And so it's about time for another one. And I think I added everything up the other day, and I have 49 projects now. And I'm trying not to let that number seem scary. I kind of feel like starting all of the things instead of trying to finish the things, because there are so many beautiful patterns out there. I just want to stitch everything. And if you don't start it, it'll never get done, you know? So, yeah. If you hear some road noise, I do have the window open up here because even though it's only, I think it's in the high 60s right now. Let's see. 68 right now. It's muggy up here. So there might be some road noise. If you hear doors opening and shutting, my kids are doing their chores, and my son's bedroom is right next to my craft room over here. So there might be a little bit of wall shaking. So this is going to be a long video. I have water and coffee and my tablet, and I hope you have something to stitch on, something to drink, and let's get started. There is no rhyme or reason, though there's no order to any of these projects. So we're just gonna jump in. We're gonna start at the top end of the basket, because these are ones I have not worked on recently, like this month. So let's see. First, we are going to start with Rainbow Babies. This is a project I am making for our friend Amanda, who lives in Arizona. She knows I am making her something. She does not know what it is. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs artwork by Kathy Amaral, and I have cropped this down so it won't be this big, but this is, can you see it? This is what the original design looks like, and I have cropped like from here down, here over, here up, and there over. So I wanted to focus on the cradle, the rainbow coming out of it, and just get some of the flowers in there because they're beautiful. I am currently, let's see, remember this isn't accurate because I've already filled in a lot. But it says I'm 67.63% done. That's counting all the stitches that I have, you know, taken off. So that's not accurate, but it's nice to pretend, right? I do have some hanging threads on that. This is still in the Q-snap. I haven't stitched on it in so long. I really should take it out. I'm stitching it on an 18 count easy grid fabric, 2/1 full cross, and this is how far I am. I do have, if you can see, all the way down to their stitch. So that's the top of the cradle. It's a lot of stitches. I've got a lot of work into this. I really need to get it back out, start getting progress on this again. It's a beautiful, beautiful project. And like I said, she knows I'm stitching her something. She knows it's massive. She knows it's going to take forever. And she is not holding her breath to get it. All right. So there's that one. Okay, next is another one I have been working on for about a million years. Oh my gosh. I went through a kick where Heaven and Earth was really my jam. I really loved it. Okay, so here is this picture. It is called Tiki Beach Sunset. This is the Story Keep, designed by Heaven and Earth Designs and Michelle. It is an Amy Stewart piece. I'm actually decently far on this. I mean, I say that. I'm not. I have a lot to go. Look at this. But, look at, and I do have hanging threads in these because I've been trying to row complete as I go. Like, finish a whole square. If you can hear the sneezing, that is my son. He has got terrible allergies. My kids did not have allergies until we moved to Oregon, not at all. And then we moved here, and I've heard that this year is worse for some reason for a lot of people, but he's been home a week and he's had to use his inhaler, and oh my Lanta, they must be slamming doors downstairs. Anyway, it's real bad. So if you live in the Willamette Valley in Oregon, how are your allergies? Because I don't suffer from them. My husband has had a little bit, but he was born in Oregon, and our daughter Cadence doesn't have any. Oh my gosh. Anyway, but Gavin and Nicole are awful, awful, awful. Anyway, this is where I am. This is a sea turtle. I'm working on filling him in. And yeah, let's see. I've got this in Pattern Keeper, so I should be able to tell you how far I am. For my big projects like this, I do use Pattern Keeper. And so I'm 23.59% done on it. So, and I'm pretty sure I started this. Well, 2020 is the design, so I've had it for at least 4 years. Man, it feels a lot longer. But Hawaii is one of my favorite places, and this reminds me of Hawaii so much. I did take this with us the last time we went to Hawaii, and I got a lot of work in on it then. Okay, I have another full coverage. This is Rising in the East. It is a Beauty and the Beast pattern. Let me see if I can find it. All right. It's From Addict to Cross Stitch, artwork by Chris Darrell. There is a lot of brown in this. This is what it looks like. Sorry about the glare. Beauty and the Beast is my absolute favorite. So I have quite a few projects. This is currently sitting at 15.86% done. I could not tell you the last time I worked on it, and I should have taken this out of the hoop too. Nothing is ironed. Now I know where all my hoops are, though. I didn't take it off anything. Okay. I'm just stitching this on a 18 count oatmeal Aida from Michaels. And this is where I am. I have a page finish over on the side. This top is a page finish as well. So right now I'm trying to do the same thing where I do typewriter method, and I'm trying to fill in the 10 by 10 squares going across. I think I was missing a color the last time I was working on this, and that's why I stalled out. But I filled in a lot of this last time, and that is very satisfying. So the browns are a little tedious. Black is a little tedious. See, I have a hanging thread here of brown. The floss ring for this is ridiculous. Like, look at this. For how many browns there are in this? Yeah. Yeah. I don't think... Yeah, I don't have... I also don't know where most of my needle minders came from anymore. I bought a lot of them on a Facebook group, and then I bought quite a few of them from a shop on Etsy. She's no longer on Etsy. She has her own like Shopify shop, and honestly I don't remember what she's called because I have needle minders coming out of my ears. So let's see. Okay, next, sorry, I have texts coming in from my friends encouraging me to do WIP parade because I told them I was planning on doing this. So this is tea. I don't have a picture of this because I don't keep the working pattern in here. Excuse me. And I will try to find a picture and post it up here if I can find it. But I am stitching this on a 32 count unnamed Joblin by Be Stitch Me. I must have got it in a Friday night fight night. I keep it in this box because it's easier to keep all my floss and beads together. And this is how far I am. I love this so much. When this pattern came out, I pre-ordered it so fast. Hopefully I found a picture to put up, but it reminds me of me and my sister. I mean, we don't wear big fancy dresses or anything, but we did go to high tea with my grandparents once, so that counts, right? This is the fabric. It is so pretty. I love it. I love stitching on Be Stitch Me fabric. So, yeah, that's Tea by Nora Corbett. All those empty spots you see in there are supposed to be beads. I'm waiting to bead until I'm done with her. There's some beads in this teapot and cup too, I think. But I love this. I love this so much. I really do. WIP parades make you want to stitch all of your things again. But that's why it's good to do them. It's not that you've forgotten that you have all these wonderful projects. You know, it's just they're not front and center, right in the front of your mind. Let's see, what is this one? I don't know where a lot of my project bags I made, but some of them I bought, and I'm sorry, I don't know where they're from. All right, next one is Vintage Flowers. This is by Jeanette Douglas Designs. This is what it looks like. I started this because I wanted to see what it was like to stitch on 40 count. And I love alphabets. Sorry, pattern. I had to blow it up because it was too small to see. Okay, I am stitching this on a 40 count parchment by Weeks. The floss is from my stash. I just tried to find what was close. It looks like I pulled, I knew I had that one. I pulled overdyes for this. So I've got like a plethora of colors in here. And like I said, this one I wanted to see what it was like stitching on 40 count, if I could even do it. And this is where I am. So I'm stitching this 1/2. And I do really like it. This is kind of the style I feel like I've been gravitating toward. Samplery, primmy colors. Yeah. So I have another one by that's in this series, I think, and but I haven't started it yet. So, but vintage. Clearly, I like alphabets. What?
Is it on?
Yep.
Can you grab that? It's a hot glue gun.
I don't know where it is.
It's.
There is one downstairs by the coffee table, like in the basket of your art stuff. I saw it down there the other day. Okay. That was Cadence. She doesn't want to be on camera. So I warned them all that I was. One moment, please. My husband is out of town, and we were supposed to be at a wedding in Arizona this weekend, and I couldn't go. So we were talking about it, and I think this is the longest we've been away from each other, except one other time. One other time, he had to work out of town for like 2 weeks for a union thing in North Dakota, and that was I think the girls were really, really little then. But since then, he's been gone for almost a week now, and usually when he goes out of town for work, he's just gone for a couple days. So this is the longest we've gone, and we're needy. All right, my next one is, this was a 12 by 12 start this year. And this is Plum Street Samplers, Sweetheart Hill. If you remember, I started this on New Year's Eve, and then I restarted this not very long ago because I didn't like the fabric I was stitching on. So, let's see. I am stitching it with the called for DMC on Grace Notes Fabrics Misty Mountain, which I love. And I love the way it looks on this. I'm not very far. I do have some hanging strands because both of these, with where I am, I'm in the house, and I started at the bottom this time. Let me show you this fabric. If you guys have never used Grace Notes fabric before, do it. I love it. This is a 32 count linen, but her modeling is fantastic. Her and Be Stitch Me are my absolute favorites. I'm in her I can't talk, words are hard, Fabric of the Month Club, and I used to get a 32 count linen. I think I did the every other one where you did colors and then you did neutrals, and then I switched it to just neutrals, and then I decided I had enough 32 count and I switched it to 36 count linen neutrals. She's so easygoing, and if you need to make a change, like, she's really quick to respond, and she has a Facebook group, Grace Notes Fabrics, and she has a website. So anyway, sorry. Me just going off. This is where I am. I really do like this one, but the house is really big and the bottom is like a lot of solid stitching in ecru. So I just left my threads dangling. So sorry about that, because I needed a change. So this is this is my anniversary piece that I currently have going. And then I started another anniversary piece, but it's for my grandparents. So this one theoretically should get stitched on the 14th of every month. But it hasn't. Okay, what is this? Oh, this is a full coverage. This is Belle. I bought this pattern from Stitch Fairy Treasures on Etsy. See if I can pull her up. I am not very far. This is one of those ones that probably shouldn't even be shown, you know. This is what she looks like. I found this because Alma, her name is Alma, let's see, Alma cross stitch. She is in California. She did Sleeping Beauty. Alma's Little Wonders. She films in both English and Spanish, which is super cool. It's been a minute since I watched her videos, but she did the Sleeping Beauty version of that, and it was absolutely beautiful. But like I said, Belle is my jam, and so that's where I went. All right, this is another Grace Notes fabric, Raspberry Latte. It's a 32 count. And it's an opal. I'm stitching this with the called for DMC, and oh my god, it's embarrassing. I don't have very much done at all. I think I am 1.09% complete on this. This is another one of those really beautiful fabrics. You can't see it, but it's an opal and it sparkles, which I thought would be perfect. So this is just the top of her head, just starting to venture into the flowers there. But that one is real pretty too. Okay, this is Remember Me by Teresa Kogut. I have been enabled by my friend Tanya to start everything Teresa Kogut recently. I do have a completed one right here. This is Farm Girl. I finished this earlier this year, I believe, or late last summer. But I love that one so much. My friend is a part of the Patreon, so Teresa's Patreon. So I see all of the fun things and I live vicariously through her. But this is Remember Me. I started this and then I restarted this. When I originally was starting it, it was on a 40 count and I had most of this flower done and a lot of this. And I had put my friend passed away, and I had put his initials in there, but I restarted it because I didn't like it on that fabric. So now I'm stitching it on a 32 count linen from Grace Notes called Toasted Marshmallow. It's a nice neutral. My margins are narrow, but that is okay. I stitched all the way across so I know it fits. Before I was doing it on a 40 count on a B stitch me, and I did a middle start. I don't like starting in the middle anymore. Like it's not my happy place. So I restarted and I went over to this corner and I got a lot of this flower done and I love it. And I will be putting my friend's initials back in it. I don't know. Can you see the modeling in this? I need another piece of this fabric. Toasted Marshmallow. Anyway, yeah, I will be putting my friend's initials back in this when I get there. One of my best friends. All right. Let's see. Next is Pandemic. You all know what Pandemic looks like, but I will show you. I do have this on, I have a paper chart and I have the PDF. So my grandparents bought me the paper chart for Christmas, like 2020 or whenever it was. I was sick with COVID, actually. And my grandparents bought me this chart and I love it. You all know what it looks like. Let's see. And I am currently 9.15% done, so not far. I am stitching this on an 18 count Barnwood from Picture This Plus, I believe. I bought it on 123 Stitch, and I did just see it the other day when I was browsing through there again, so they do still have this fabric color. But this is how far I am. I am stitching this with Sulky and DMC. So it's just a white Sulky. Number is 1071. And then I have 3 shades of, well, one is a red, but, so I have this DMC color, and then 3713, and then 3687. And I'm using the reds and pinks for the critters. So the birds are like that dark red color, and then I have the little animals in light pink, and then this squirrel in like that rosy color. Pink is my favorite color. So this fabric does have some really pretty modeling. This was also a restart. I'm not sure if you guys remember. I originally started this same fabric, but with a variegated DMC, and I didn't like it. So I'm much happier with this. So yeah, this is a long way from a finish, but I love seeing the finished Pandemics. They're so pretty. They're so cool. This one is fun to do like when you're driving, because it's easy mindless stitching, because it's mostly just white, right? Until you get to the critters, and then you do. Okay. Next is, this is sad. I really wanted to get this done by 4th of July this year, because I've had him started for a really long time. But I think my style has changed. And I'm just not as into this as I used to be. So, this is on an 18 count oatmeal Ada from Michaels. This is my 4th of July gnomes. I finished her a long time ago, like 3 years ago or something. And him, this is so sad. He's her little man, and he uses the same colors. I wanted to have him done. Clearly he's not close. But I'm using DMC. When I started these, I was at my grandma's house, so I used substitutions, what she had. I really like the way it looks. It's a paper chart with a lot of confetti. And like, I say that, and then I just, like, Teresa Kogut isn't a lot of confetti. I don't know. But anyway, so this is where he is. He'll get done eventually. I won't abandon him because 4th of July is my favorite. But, oh, he's called, excuse me, Patriot with Stars. And I got them on Etsy from the same shop. I don't know if it exists anymore. But Patriot with Stars is what he is called. Okay. This one is called Wisdom, I believe. This is Wisdom by Teresa Kogut. This is also a I Was Enabled part by Tanya. Because she was, like, she had been working on this. And watching her finish this, I had to buy it and start it. I just love it. And it says, "'Tis not fruitful to lift one up by belittling another." It's got an alphabet in it. It's got flowers in it, pinks and greens. And that just seems to be everything I go toward right now. Let's see. Where are you? What am I stitching this on? This is a, excuse me, 20 or 22 count vintage country mocha that I had in stash. That I got it on one of those D-stash groups, and this is how far I am. So I have the corner with the words in the hand. I have not pulled this out in a really long time. I should. It's a lot of fun. But, yeah. That's how far I am on that one. And I am using the called for DMC 2/1. 2/1. Okay. Next is Raccoon. I had every intention of stitching every single one of these charts, just like everyone else did. It's the Year in the Woods series. I think I let my kids pick out which one I was going to do first. And at the time, my daughter, this one, Nicole, was obsessed with raccoons. So she picked this one. I have all of these but month 12. So I need to get that one just so I have the whole series. And I am stitching this, let's see, with the called for floss on 36 count linen by Fiber on a Whim called Eggshell. And this is where I am. I did get this out and stitch on this at some point because I've been working on his tail. See, and this is another one of those, there's a lot of confetti. But it's super pretty. So, this is on my WIP Go board, I think. So, it hasn't been called yet. Alright, next here's another Beauty and the Beast one. This is Bella. Quaker Fantasies by Ori TM. sorry if you saw the pattern. You can't do anything with it. This is where I am. I did work on this not long ago. Well, I mean, it's a couple months, but I think I finished this, or I'm almost done with that. I have this done and this, and I'm almost done with this. I do think this got called on my WIP go. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Belfast linen in the color blush with the called for DMC. And let's see, where am I? Oh, I'm not done with the teapot. I have a hanging thread, but I'm close. I just have to fill in the white on these two pieces here, and then that is done. Yeah. This looks really nice on this light pink too. I thought about changing the color of this rose because you can't really see it. And also the rose in Beauty and the Beast is red, so I don't know why that one is white. It also has a red rose in the pattern though. So here's this one, and then there's a white one. Maybe they just had empty space, so they threw another rose in there. Because, anyway. Anyway, I don't know. But, do any of you know why there's a white rose in this pattern? Okay. Next, ooh, what is this? This is on a Grace Notes fabric. Ooh, this is Say Coffee. Let me find the Say Coffee by Heartstring Samplery. I am stitching this on a Grace Notes fabric, like I just said. This is 32 count Pensiera. It's a opal linen. And it's my own floss conversion. I just took things close to what was called for. And I have worked on this not long ago. It was also called in WIP Go this year. And this is where I am. So last time I showed this, I know I showed this on a video not long ago. I finished this motif up here, and then I moved down here. This is the little lady holding a pot. And the whole reason I bought this pattern and started it was because of this bird. Because he just looks, I don't know, feisty. I love coffee too. Like, I can drink coffee all day long. I can have it right before bed. It doesn't keep me awake. I love coffee. So I think that pattern was a gift. And I really like it. I have the Leaning Tower of projects down here. Okay. Next, we have Aphrodite by Nora Corbett. I wanted to get more work on this year, and I have just not pulled it out. Let's see. I actually have the pattern in here. That's rare for me. This is what she looks like. Jordan, the tattooed stitcher, finished hers, I think, for the Nora Corbett retreat last October. She's so pretty. I'm not a mermaid person, but Jordan is the reason I started this. Let's see. I am stitching this on a 32 count Lugana by Bestitch Me called High Tide with the called for floss. And I think it goes this way. The light is really not, the fabric is not this bright. But, wow, it is really blowing it out. Holy bajoli. This is how far I am. Not far at all. There is Krynic in here coming out of your ears. I think there's like 3 different shades of Krynic in this already. And last time I pulled this out to work on it, I had realized there was a mistake, and I ended up having to pull out a ton of stitches down here. I think they were all black. But, so, this is not anywhere close to where I would want it. But yeah, so I am working in here. Like I think I have this part. So that was the center. I do start in the center usually with Miras and Nora Corbett's because they're big and they don't have easy corner starts. Oh, hold on. I gotta put my card back in there or it will be forever lost. Okay. We're doing pretty good, I think. Maybe. We're at 40 minutes. I'm lying to myself. Okay. Ooh. Okay. It has been brought to my attention recently that I really love With Thy Needle and Thread and Brenda Gervais and that is partially because of Sweetwater Stitcher. She, I think, was doing like a Brenda thing this year, Brenda Gervais thing. And every time I see her start a new thing or finish a thing, I go and I get it. That being said, this one, when it came out and was like available to the public, I bought it. It took me forever to kit it up because I wanted it on the like all of the called for stuff, and then I started stitching this right? Is this the one? This was a restart. I restarted this. So I don't know what I'm stitching this on. It is a oh yes I do. This is a Stitch Me Hot Cocoa 36 count, I believe. And I'm super happy with where I'm at. I worked on this a month or two ago. In that video I was talking about this in, I put my husband's initials in here and finished this pot, this heart, brought another flower down, and I'm working in the fence down there now. So, I'm almost to the bottom. Yeah. I love these. And I am super excited to get to the big giant pink house. I am using the called for floss, except my whites are different. I couldn't find the called for. So I bought oatmeal and I bought picket fence. I think I have found picket fence works better on this fabric. Oatmeal blends. So, okay. There is that one. Okay, next. This is, I don't have a picture of this one, but this is Violets and Primrose by Carolyn Manning Designs. I started this a really long time ago. I'm stitching it on a linen, probably 32 or 36. I can't really tell. There's a giant slub in there. This is how far I am. This did get called on WIP Go not long ago, and when it did, I finished this border and I filled in all of this white in these. When it got called, I was only like, I had to do like half of the border. So this will be little and cute, and I do really like working on this one. It's a paper pattern. I have I bought the PDF, but I work from the paper pattern on this one. Okay. Next. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is Flower Garden. It's not actually called Flower Garden. It's called Rose Granny Flower Garden June by Carolyn Manning Designs. I do have sorry. I think I do have a picture of this one. I am doing this with my grandma. both of us have kind of stalled on it. Neither one of us have worked on it in a while. We are stitching this big one on the bottom. When you buy this pattern, you get all 3 of these. Sorry, I'm so blown out. When I started this, it was during COVID. I just used the colors I had, so I subbed a lot of the colors. But I am stitching this on an 18 count. It was white. I dyed it. Let's see, which way does this go? This way. It's a light pink color. And this is how far I am. I do really enjoy working on this when I get it out. It's really pretty. My grandma is doing hers on like a really little count. So like hers is giant. Let's see. I am 56.29% complete on this. So it's really, really fun. Me and my grandma have a project together. This used to be what I worked on in the car a lot because it was easy stitching. Now I work on other things. But like I said, that is mostly my own conversion of colors because I had to sub what I had when I started this. Okay, this is Life by Designworks. It is a kit that was a gift to me. This is what it looks like. I'm not very far. I am not using the kit fabric though. I am using a 28 count linen that came in a fat quarter shop kit. I have no idea what color it is. What?
Which way are you facing?
What do you mean? My camera is facing the door, so.
Okay, where's the ant killing stuff?
It should be under the kitchen sink if we still have some.
Isn't it?
Is it right here on the banister? You guys have brought it upstairs.
We're out of the spray stuff. I mean, like the block thingies.
Oh, the traps?
Yeah.
I don't. They would be under the kitchen sink too.
Okay.
If we have any.
I'm gonna get ant killing stuff there.
Okay. Apparently I have a grocery list. Alright. This is where I'm at. And it says life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. I usually work on this when we're camping. This got called on WIP Go too. This is a pretty small pattern, so I kind of just want it done, but it's not as fun as some of my other things. Okay. This one is, what do we have here? Ooh. This is a good one. Cinnamon Stars. This was a 12 by 12 start by Plum Street Samplers. I did not get very far on this, and I have not worked on it since then. I'm using the called for DMC, excuse me, on a 32 count opal linen by Grace Notes called Jiwan. I'm not 100% sure. It's opal. It's beautiful. I love it. And this is how far I am. I literally have most of that top star done. I should really get this out. I was so excited to buy this pattern and start this. And let's see. Look at how yummy that fabric is. I just love it. I'm being a nosy neighbor. Okay. Alright. That was Cinnamon Stars. 12 by 12. Okay. Look at it. My basket's getting smaller. Are you guys having fun? Did you have to pause me a million times yet? I don't have a picture of this. This is called Christmas Tree Decorations. I bought it on Etsy. Let's see, Madison Patterns. I am stitching this 2/2 on a 32 count space rock by Stitch Me. I am using Anchor Floss 0072 and 0970. And the whole pattern is not going to fit on here. So I'm kind of changing it. But this is how far I am. This was a Christmas in July start a couple years ago when I was at my grandparents' for 4th of July. This is an opal fabric that I got in one of her mystery boxes that she did. And it is so pretty. And I love it. So I'm going to have to make some changes. It's been a while since I worked on this. I think probably since like Christmas time. But that's okay. I have seen other people working on this though. So if you're curious what it looks like, I've seen people, other people stitching it. Okay, this is another Nora Corbett. This is Pisces. Okay. If you guys remember, this was a restart for me. I had started it on like a very spacey fabric from Fabric Flare. And I liked the idea of this on that because, you know, but it was hard to stitch on. I did not enjoy the fabric, and I thought the design was being lost. So I restarted this last November, I believe it was, October, November. Let's see. I am stitching this on a 32 count fabric. This has got to be by Stitch Me, like a Friday Night Fight Night. And this is how far I got when I restarted. All the called for floss, all the called for beads. I'm a Pisces. That is the reason I'm stitching this. It is not a gift for anyone. It's for me. And that's how far I got on her when I restarted. She is beautiful, and I love it on this fabric. I'm so glad I switched, and, you know, everyone that helped me to decide what fabric I should stitch on. I was so grateful because I think I went to visit my dad and my son last October, November, and I took like 5 fabrics up there with me. And I was sending all my friends pictures of the pattern and or the floss on all the fabrics. And all right, this is Summer Quaker. Oh no, by Rosewood Manor. I worked on this, I think, in April before volleyball got out. This is what I was working on. This is a stitch along with Bridgen, the museum stitcher, and Megan, the Seattle stitcher, and a handful of others. And I think it is the Summer Quaker Sal. I think. I'm stitching it on a 28 count pink chocolate by Stitch Me. It's an even weave with the called for Valdani floss. I took mine off the bobbins and I put them on floss tags because I hated working off the bobbins. But the floss is really pretty. And I'm using Anchor Black instead of DMC. I like the coverage better. And let's see. I actually was working on this not very long ago. Maybe last month. This is how far I got. Last time I worked on this, I was working in here. And I got this bee almost done. I need his little booty in there. And then there's two more of these and 2 more bees. And then that motif is done. So this is how far I am. I love this fabric. It is wonderful to work on. I don't know if you can see how beautiful it is, but Stitch me. I don't know how far the other ladies are on this. I just hopped on to this when they started it. And it is beautiful. They might even be done. I don't know. Virgin stitches really fast. Okay, this one is the bane of my existence. This is called Colorful Rooster. Let me see. I gotta find it's on my, here we go. Or Ruby Rooster, sorry. Ruby Rooster. This is what this little turd munch will look like. I have restarted this probably 3 times. There have been errors in it every single time. I'm not restarting it again. I am at 27.46% done. This is a project for my friend Autumn, my best friend. Busby Designs on Etsy. I am stitching this on a 28 count white even weave that I just got from Michael's, called for DMC. I think there's a couple substitutions. Haha, right here. This needle minder was a gift to me. Right before I moved from Spokane, one of my coworkers gave it to me, and it says resting stitch face. And I love it. Anyway, this is where I am. I'm stitching this 2/1 10 stitch. Yeah. Last time I worked on this, I was working here in this blue area. So I'm doing a thing with this one where I find an empty spot up here, and that's what I work on. I find the empty color, but I want to finish the thread. So the back of this is atrocious. It looks awful. That's okay. I don't care. And Autumn won't care either. But I'm carrying my threads because I want to finish the strand. My strands are short. It's 1 strand, like I said. Or 2. 2 strands. 2? Now I'm confused. Yeah, it's 2. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway, this is where I am. I'm not very far. I've been working on this a really long time, and I restarted it twice. Every time it gets called, I'm just like, oh no. So, talk about confetti. Like, it is confetti hell. Sorry, but it is confetti hell. Okay. Excuse me. Next is Autumn Cloche from Hello from Liz Matthews. I love this pattern. I love it. I love Hello from Liz Matthews, but this one holds my heart, and I will probably work on it all through fall. It's one of my favorites. That's what it looks like. And I am stitching this on a Grace Notes fabric, 32 count linen called Andrew, using the Roxy Floss Co conversion, which now they're Leo and Roxy. No. The other way, I think. It's Roxy Floss Co now, and it was Leo and Roxy. Anyway, colors are really pretty. I love the floss. My fabric is, like I said, a 32 count linen called Andrew, and this is how far I am. Last time I worked on this, I worked up to this moth butterfly guy, and then I worked over into the big giant pumpkin. So that's what I'm working on right now. So I'm over here working on this stack. When I finish something, I let my kids pick where I go next. in the pattern. But this one is so fun, so pretty. I don't consider myself a seasonal stitcher, but it can be really hard for me to stitch on fall and like fall and winter stuff in the summer. And in the spring, I just want it to be summer. So I don't want to stitch on cold things. But that's one of those ones that I will stitch on always. Okay, this one, also the bane of my existence. This is Summer from Cricut Collection. Oh my gosh. Pattern's getting all beat up. This is what it looks like. And I've got all of this done. So I'm getting there. It's just, you know, taking a minute. I'm working on the second M right now. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Lugana by Bestitch Me. It's an opal. It's not named. I got this on a Friday night fight night. It has this really beautiful, and this is where I am. So I'm about halfway done with this one. I want to do all the seasons. Another season will fit on this fabric. Maybe even two if I go the other direction here. So that's cool. Since I can't get this fabric again. But anyway, this is how far I am. I'm using mostly called for floss. I think maybe one substitution. Right? Yeah, called for DMC. So this one got called not long ago. It was on my WIP Go, and I finished one of those, well, the bottom of the carrot, and I started that M with the stripes. So I did not do a lot on this. I think it was still really rainy and cold outside, so I was not stitching summer well. Okay. Let's see. Next is a project I am doing with my friend Tanya. Hers is almost done. Sorry, that was weird. I know. I had an itch. And I'm easily distracted right now, so I apologize. It's like, as soon as I started filming on my computer or using this camera instead of my phone, my phone blows up when I'm filming. So, okay, I printed this pattern. I started this around Thanksgiving with my friend Tanya. Our goal was to finish it by Christmas. We didn't. She is much closer to a finish than I am. Yeah, hers looks amazing. This is And to All a Good Night by Stitching with the Housewives. This is not what it really looks like. My printer had terrible, terrible issues. Stitching it with the called for DMC. It's not called for. They use Fancy Floss. But they have a DMC conversion. And it looks like I used most of the called for DMC except 3. I swapped 3 out. So, let's see. I am stitching this on a fabric that I dyed myself. She is so much further than me. I dyed this myself. 18 count. 2/1. And this is how far I am. So I have 2 more houses, another tree, the words "A Good Night." Let's see, I have 3. So I have 1 more reindeer and Santa. Yeah, there's a lot of stitching left in this. Maybe a finish this year. There's like a companion piece to this now, but instead of long and skinny, it's tall and skinny. And we've been discussing starting that too. You know, doing this WIP parade, I am realizing where all of my scissors are. I put them in these projects when I'm working on them so that I have scissors to use, but then I don't pull them out when I put it away. So this bag has 2 pairs of my little stitching scissors in them. Oh no! I lost it. Did not realize this was open. This was a birthday start for me. This is called Hold Fast by Hello from Liz Matthews. This is what it looks like. I am using, I think, my own conversion of floss, except for the called for this is clamshell. So I am using the called for clamshell. It's very pretty. It's only used in the outside border, I think. And I'm stitching this on a Grace Notes Fabrics 32 count linen called Mocha Blanc. And I did not get very far before I got distracted. But it has a hoop on it. Oh my gosh. I need to go through all of these. This is how far I got. Not horribly far. Just the top of the anchor. And the very center, this guy. That's stitched in that clamshell, so it is really pretty. Yeah, so this was my birthday start this year. It is fun to stitch. I need to stitch some more on it. Oh my gosh, my watch keeps vibrating, my phone keeps vibrating. I'm glad you guys can't hear it. We're almost through with this basket. That's exciting. All right, this is Penny Pumpkin. This is, I didn't really have very many fall projects last year, and I wanted something, and I actually got really far on this. Penny Pumpkins by the Scarlet House. I don't think I have a lot of Scarlet House projects. This might be the only one I have on the go. Let's see. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Grace Notes Fabrics called Aqua Fresca Linen. And I actually really love it on this fabric. Sorry, this is so wrinkly. I'm using the called for floss with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 substitutions. And this is how far I am. I am choosing to not stitch these little stars because they're all like quarter stitches, teeny tiny. And I don't want to. So I'm not gonna. But this is how far I got. I really love this. Yeah, I need to work on this. This will come out in the fall again. But it'll be a cute little pillow when it's done. I have not worked on that in a long time. But I did start it in the fall, so, you know. Ooh, what is this one? Oh, this is Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. Who was stitching this that made me go buy it? Maybe it was Sweetwater, Jessica, Sweetwater Stitcher. I think it was her. Stacy Nash Primitives. I loved this so much when I saw it. I went and bought it. Oh. Okay. So, look at this. Normally I use like index cards and I ran out. So I wrote everything down. Construction paper. So I substituted the called for fancy floss with DMC. So it's my conversion of floss. And what am I stitching this on? Did I not? This is this is Be Stitch Me. This is Be Stitch Me Hot Cocoa. The other one is Parchment, I think. I don't know. This is a 36 count linen, Hot Cocoa by Be Stitch Me. Be Stitch Me. And I only have the very top 2 little holly berries in. I started the border and I started the alphabet. So I have a really long ways to go. Yeah. But I love this one. So, so pretty. And I just bought another Stacy Nash pattern I'll show in my update video. And I think it's 2 weeks. I'm filming the first week of July, so that's, I mean, next week. But I'll show like some haul that I got. And my grandma will be there. I talked to her yesterday, and she said she doesn't have as many projects to show as me, but she said she'd be willing to make an appearance because I will be at her house for the 4th of July with my 3 children that still live at home. So anyway, and I'll show the pattern I got. I was again enabled by Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, stitching all of the beautiful things. Okay, this is, I'm gonna show this. Okay, this is From the Heart, Needle Art by Wendy, March, Quaker. I've been working on this for so long. Last time I worked on it was during recreation volleyball last school year. Sorry, my needle minders just decided to stick together, so I'm going to take them off. Yeah, I have not worked on this in a really long time. I did my own floss conversion, similar to what it called for, a little bit brighter. And I believe this is a 36 count raw linen. I don't think there's a way to edit out his sneezing, so I'm sorry. Hold, please. Hold on. Gavin? Yeah? You need to take allergy medicine. Is your window closed? Ish. Close your window.
It's open, but I have the blinds down.
Doesn't matter. You still got the pollen coming in. Okay, go take your allergy medicine. There should be a Benadryl in my purse. Okay? He also has asthma, and he has not had to use... You have a fan in there, right?
It doesn't help.
Keep...
I was so hot when I woke up.
Keep...
My window was closed.
Gavin, keep your bedroom door open. That will help. Family side conversations. I'm sorry. I'm not going to edit them out because I think it makes us more relatable. I'm not good at editing, but I like when you can see that floss tubers have a life outside of stitching and they have kids and chaos, and I still have to mom even when I'm filming a really long WIP parade. And they know I am filming, and so anyway, my son has asthma and he hasn't had to use an inhaler in years, and this allergy season he has been wheezing and had to use his inhaler a couple times already. And anyway, 36 count, it's a natural linen. I think maybe just from Michael's, it was a leftover piece that I had, so March, my own floss. The other project I have in this bag is the Well Hello There Hands-On Design monthlies. I've done August, September, October, November, December, and January. What do I have in here? This is, yeah, I have December in here. So this is finished. And I stitched a bunch of these on 18 count coconut shell by Be Stitch Me. And when I stitch these, I just do like similar to the called for, and I'm not doing the buttons, so I alter like the borders a little and pull them up. So I'm about halfway done with these. Maybe I'll start the July one. Maybe I will leave this. What?
There isn't any there.
Ask Nicole to go grab you one
Okay.
out of the closet.
There's an empty thing of it on the table. I think Nicole might have taken it.
No, I had put an extra Benadryl pill in my purse to take with us. It's just a little square for you to take if you needed it on the coast
Yeah,
yesterday.
I know what it looks like. Is it in your purse?
Yeah, in my purse.
Oh,
I just
said
threw.
on the table.
No, I threw it in my purse.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Next is this is called Autumn Quilts by Leisure Arts. It is this one. It's in this book. I bought this at Goodwill, I think. Yeah. And I found out later, one of my really good friends, Nikki, she lives in Alaska right now, but I used to work with her at Joann's. She's actually the one who encouraged me to start cross-stitching. So thanks, Nikki. Shout out to Nikki. She's stitching it too. Or she did stitch it, like she finished it. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. She told me that she was working on it too, or she had the same pattern. I have every intention of stitching all of these. Eventually, someday, maybe. Because I love quilts. Quilting is my other hobby. But look at this Christmas one. I started these last year during volleyball, and it goes through fall and winter. So, but I am stitching with mostly called for DMC on a 32 count Grace Notes hazelnut cream linen that is opal and so pretty. Another one of these patterns will fit on this fabric. So that is how wide this pattern is, like how tall it is. So I'll be able to definitely fit another one on here. And that's how far I am. I'm not very far. I swapped out for 2 other penny pumpkin I think I was working on, and something else. Sorry, there's a needle with... Last time I was working on this, I decided to work on the diagonal of the quilt blocks. This is the very center quilt block. Look at the modeling in this. It is so pretty. I know I've said this before, but I love the Fabric of the Month Club. And there's been a couple times where I've played with the idea of canceling it because I have a lot of fabric. And Be Stitch Me just had another Friday night fight night, so I got 2 more pieces of fabric. And I just got my Fabric of the Month Club earlier this week. I have so much. And then she sends me beautiful fabric like that, and I can't do it. I can't. Okay, this is called A Red Cottage by Plum Street Samplers. I'm stitching this on a 40 count Fog Newcastle linen. Sorry if you just saw the pattern. Don't do anything naughty with it if you saw it. This is what it looks like. This is another one where I was testing to see if I could stitch on 40 count. P.S. I can. I'm stitching with the called for overdites. They're not on a floss ring. They are literally, look at this, just thrown in here. Like I said, 40 count Newcastle linen by Picture This Plus. This is where I am. So I have finished the one small flower. I started on the house last time I worked on this. I am not very far. It is very slow going. I'm stitching 1 over 2. Are you asking if you can have that? Yeah. Did you find the Benadryl?
Yeah.
Okay. guys, there is 5 total in this basket, and then I can show you what I've been stitching on lately. Oh man, this is going to have to come out. This is the red, white, and blue sampler from Erin Elizabeth Designs. I started this last year for the 4th of July. Okay. What am I stitching this on? This is on a 36 count linen called Ledger from Bestitch Me. I'm using my own floss conversion, just similar to what is called for. I love this fabric so much. I thought it was really cool to put a patriotic piece on a blue and white fabric. This is how far I am. This is the width of the design. I'm going to leave this out too so I can work on this. I love this one. This is so pretty. So I know before I was toying with leaving the alphabet out clearly. I decided to stitch it. I like alphabets. There is no reason for me to not stitch it. So, okay. Apparently all of my, I'm going to have a new start for 4th of July. And then I'm going to be in Boise. And then Tanya and I are going to do a 24 hours of cross stitch. We're playing around with doing like live updates and giveaways. If you guys would like that, would you comment below and tell me if you would be interested? It is the weekend of July 19th. So it goes the 19th, 20th, and 21st for 24 hours of cross stitch. Her and I got a room on the coast that we're going to go in. We're going to DoorDash food, and we're going to watch Floss Tube, and it's going to be a good time. But yeah, let me know if that is something you would be interested in, lives and giveaways. So anyway, this is Manor at Quaker Hill. This is With Thy Needle and Thread. This, it's so beat up. It's so beat up, but this is one of the very first things I ever kitted up on my own. When I very first started getting into cross stitch, this was so big. This is, gosh, I love it. I just look at this and I love it. Okay. 36 count linen. I'm not sure where it came from. I think I bought it on 1, 2, 3 Stitch when I bought the pattern. I'm using the called for floss, and this is how far I am. I love this. Oh, this is what I'm saying. I need to get it out. I need to work on it. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh my gosh. I love the flowers in the border. I love the colors, the pinks, and the greens. I know it's weird. This blue seems so out of place in here. This is where I have been working, is down in this pond when I've pulled it out, and clearly I was working on this swan. I think, yeah, that's the last swan in the pond. So I was trying to finish the swan in the pond so that I could finish the hill and get that hill done. But yeah, this is how far I am. Manor at Quaker Hill. I love this one. It's been on the go for a really long time, but that's okay. I have every opening flower also kitted up. I had it kitted up from a shop on Etsy. I don't remember who did it for me, with the called for, I think, everything. And it was an expensive project to kit up, but I love it. And I think that's another one I'm going to start soon because I've just decided not to wait to start the starts. I've been alternating between coffee and water, so I I'm hydrated. All right, this is a project from my friend Amanda that I'm stitching rainbow babies for. It's a kit, a dimensions kit. I'm not doing it on the kit fabric, but I'm using the kit floss. This is what it looks like. It's called Camping Adventure. And this is, I'm stitching it on an 18 count Be Stitch Me. It's unnamed. I got it on a Friday night fight night. This is what it looks like. Obviously, this is a tiny pattern and won't use very much of this at all. And I overdid the margins, but that's okay. This is where I'm at. I'm in the tent, and this actually has a lot of counting in it, which is surprising. But I love it. I like working on it. She got me this when we were going through some things, and Amanda's just the best. So I get to go hang out with her in August. August in Arizona. I know it sounds like everyone else's nightmare, but I'm excited. Okay, 2 more. This is my Only Buttons and Beads pattern. Let's see if I have the cover. I'm making this for my sister, the one I just finished Taylor Swift for. This is what it looks like. I think Sarah, the stitching mommy, I'm sure hers is done by now. But I've really been slacking on watching FlossTube, and I need to go catch up on her videos. But she was stitching on these. I think she was doing Mill Hill Mondays is what she was doing. I am stitching this with all the called for stuff because it is a kit. Oh my gosh. And I actually lost this pattern for a long time. So I found it and we're working on it. And look at, isn't that just the cutest? It's a little Pitty needle minder. This one looks just like my dog. Like my Pitty. Alright, I've got beads in. I need to do the beads in the wing. Last time I worked on this, I was working in this wing. It is not my favorite working on perforated paper. I think I would rather do it on fabric if I ever do another one of these. I always feel like I am going to bend this and break it. And I don't stitch in hand. Like I use a hoop. And so obviously you can't use a hoop with this. But it's really pretty. I lost this, and so I started the modern folk embroidery one, which I'll show in a minute, for my sister to replace that one. And wouldn't you know it, then I found that one. Now I have to make her both. All right, this is another patriotic piece. This is the Pledge of Allegiance by Crochet Agogo. This was another 12 by 12 start. This is what it looks like. I love this pattern. I love it. I worked on this over Memorial Day weekend. I took it camping with me. I'm stitching it on a 32 count Lugana. It's an opal called Tsunami from Be Stitch Me. With the called for floss. Hey, I found another pair of scissors. And this is where I am. I love this one. Oh my gosh. I love this one so much. I am not very far at all. This is going to take me forever, but I love it. Maybe someday when I'm a teacher, I'll frame it and put it on the wall. This will stay out too so that I can work on it for 4th of July. Okay, I am going to pause real quick so that I can get my next set of stuff to show you. Okay, I'm back. I have swapped out the bucket. This is what I keep downstairs next to the little couch that I stitch on. So everything that gets pulled for WIP Go or what I want to focus on that month goes in here. I also have my sister's modern folk embroidery in this one because I work on that every month. And I have, I'm doing a 2 threads a day one right now that I randomly pulled last week. So I've been working on that one for a couple days. That's in here. My son's stitch is in here because I should be working on it every month. I just finished my patriotic stitch that I was doing on the 4th. I finished that the other day. So that's usually the kind of stuff I keep in here. Let's start with, this is one I had not, this is the one that replaced that, like this is the one that did most of the replacing on the autumn quilts. This is Halloween by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I did their patriotic words last summer. I did it in like just a couple weeks. I don't know what my neighbors are doing, but it sounds like they're in 4-wheel drive and I don't understand why. I'm stitching it on a 20 count Be Stitch Me Ada, and that I think I got during a Friday night fight night. I pulled this out the other day and I am trying to finish it. My goal is to have this finished maybe even by tomorrow. That would be really nice. But this is where I am. I'm almost done with it. I love it. I did my own floss conversion on this. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. I originally started this on a 25 count mushroom Lugana and I didn't like it. I did not like how small the stitches were. I had to do 1 over 1 to get you know, the stitches to lay. So I stopped and I restarted, and this is where I am. So literally in the last couple days I finished October. Let's see, the hat was already in, but I did this and everything below. I finished the bee and the ghost and the bat. So all of this is new in the last couple days and I love it. I have got some fancy floss in here. I've got some DMC variegated floss in here. I've got some etoile. Let's see. I've got some treasure braid. Like this is in the little cauldron down here. So it's sparkly and pretty. I've got a purple one in the hat here. I've got some fancy floss over dyed. Yeah, I've got a lot of just random, and they're thrown. It's a mess. Look at this. I don't normally keep my floss like this. I did have it on a ring and I pulled it off because I was working on this last night in my bed. So anyway, this is where I am. Hopefully this will be a finish in the next couple days. That's the goal. I have, excuse me, to finish this, I have to fill in this box. Oh my gosh. I have to fill in the box here. And that's this DMC variegated that I used in this pumpkin. And that will be used also in this pumpkin here. And then this is a solid orange pumpkin. And then there's a big house that goes here that's purple and black. And then this will be done. And there is enough fabric here to do, they have another Halloween words square. And I want to do that one on here too, I think. Sorry, I gotta grab this. I dropped it. I gotta grab it so that I don't lose it forever. All right. Next is Sweaters Please. This is the one that I pulled for my 2 threads a day. I'm stitching this on an Under the Sea Fabrics. I got this for dark Queen of the Earth stitch along that Autumn Lane Stitchery was doing, which I started twice, didn't like it. I decided, even though I love the way they look, they're not for me. I think this is what this was. But anyway, this is an Under the Sea fabric. It's a 32 count linen. You know what? This came in a box that I got from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and I just pulled it and decided to do this. So in my 2 strands a day, I have done these little leaves. I did those this morning. I did these little mushroom bottoms this morning and this green this morning. I had to do 4 strands today because I didn't stitch yesterday. Before that, this was my 2 strands. And then before that, his coat, and then this part of his tail. Because that's also in the buttons here. So, anyway, 2 strands a day. I think I'm gonna maybe do this for a couple more days. Just 2 strands a day for a week on it. I think that will work out, so that, you know, I've gotten a lot of work done on him in the last couple days, you know, because last that I had his little collar done, but everything below that is new, and that's quite a bit of stitching. So there's a little 1 stitch missing in his coat, but, and then he's sitting on like this moss hill. I didn't even pull the pattern out. Oh my gosh, guys. You're like yelling at me, I'm sure, through the screen saying, Brandy, what does it look like? Why won't you show us what it looks like? This is what it looks like. So I have the mushroom heads here to do, and this like mossy pile he's sitting on. I am playing around with the idea of stopping it here and not doing the words. Even though I love stitching words, I don't necessarily love it with this. I think this would be really pretty like that. A cute little autumn finish. Anyway, let me know what you think. Should I leave the words off or should I stitch the whole thing? And I am stitching this with my own floss conversion. This is one of those ones where I was very impatient to start it and didn't want to wait, so I didn't. Sweaters, please. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, a couple more days on that, and then I will roll for a new 2 strands a day. Okay, this was one of my WIP Go calls for this month. I have not worked on it yet. I'm awful. I'm awful. Hey, there's another pair of scissors. This is Madame Chantilly. Celebrate Christmas. I think it was Georgia Girl Stitches was working on this. And I think she said she was going to leave the word off the bottom, and I kind of love that idea. I think I'm going to too. I have the bottom of this tray, well, half of it stitched. So I've got this half of the tray stitched, and so I'm working up here now. And I'm going to finish the top and then work my way back down. But I think I'm going to leave this off because I feel like everyone knows what the season is without the words. I'm stitching it on a 36 count raw fabric. I got this from Michael's, I think, with the called for floss. The only change I made to this one is I added a brighter red for the flowers. So it just called for this one, and I added this one. And I did it in the banner too, you can see. Yeah. But this is how far I am. I do really love this one. It's really pretty. And I think I have the 4th of July tray, but I told myself I wasn't going to start that one until this one was done. Because This one takes me forever. But all of my winter stitching takes me forever. Okay. So I haven't worked on that yet this month. I'm running out of time. Maybe that's what I work on the rest of today, so that I can get my stitches in. Alright, this is my new start. This is the anniversary piece I'm making for my grandparents. It is called Forever and Ever by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. This is what it looks like. I've only worked on this a couple times, but I love it. This is so fun to stitch. It's so pretty. I'm using the called for floss with, I believe, 2 substitutions because Acorns and Threads didn't have 2 of the flosses, and I didn't want to order them. So this is where I am. I'm stitching this on a 36 count. This is from Grace Notes as well. 36 count linen called Coconut Milk. This was last month's Fabric of the Month. And I adore it. There are a couple specialty stitches in here. So these are Smyrna crosses here. And then there is some over one, like in the bird's legs, but it really wasn't that bad at all. I'm almost, so this is the halfway. So this is a little over, and there's a little bird here and then a corner flower. So I'm almost to this corner here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here. Done. So I'm almost got the top half of the one side of the border done, which is not bad for only working on this for like 3 days. And I'm not a quick stitcher. I was working on this while I was finishing up my final project for my class I just finished. So, but this was on WIP Go for June for my that middle block 13 got called, and mine was a new start, and this was my new start. So, oh, okay. There's that. Yeah, I talked to my grandparents yesterday and asked them if it was something that they would like to hang on their wall. And they said yes, of course. But if they didn't want it, I was still going to put all of their information in it, and I was just going to frame it for me with their information. But that we were actually just visiting them on the coast yesterday. They were in Seaside, and on Saturday or Sunday, we will be going to Southern Idaho, so the Boise area, to spend the 4th of July with them. Which we've been doing for like 15 years or something. It was a long time. Okay. We're getting down there. Aw, Oli, you just readjusted, buddy? Well, say hi. Say hi. Cuddle. He's all cuddled up on the beanbag. He likes to hang out with me when I do these WIP braids. Okay. Next is the Saxon sampler. This is one from, I can't pronounce this. The Silk app. And I don't know if I can blow it up. We'll do our best. Okay. I know it's a really little. This is what it looks like. I saw someone on Instagram doing this, and it was absolutely gorgeous. This pattern is the reason I had to find out if I could work on 40 count, because it is so big that I couldn't stitch it on anything smaller. So 40 count XU Designs lamb wool. I'm using the called for DMC. I am only 4.2% done. Let's see, 4.1% complete. I've not worked on this in such a long time. It's really sad. The thing is I could even cut a huge chunk of this fabric off because this is how wide this pattern is. So I have all of this I could take off, but that would probably make, but look at how, yeah. Anyway, this is where I'm at with it. Not very far, but it's beautiful. I do love stitching on this. I have to have really good light because it's a 40 count. 1/2. And the XG Designs is really nice to stitch on. I had to wait forever for this fabric to get to me, and I paid for it a lot. But it's worth it. It's so nice to work on. And if I would cut that leftover off, I would have lots of other fabric. But, you know. That's where I'm at on that one. I really should pull this one out because it is, I really do like working on that a lot. Okay. I don't know why that is in there though. Put that in there. Okay, next is one you guys are used to seeing. I actually did work on this the other day. I got over 200 stitches in the other day when I worked on this. This is Little Busy Bee. Let's see. No, wrong. Cancel. Okay. How Doth the Little Busy Bee, a Beekeeper's Pincushion by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is what it looks like. Like I said, I started this one because I lost the buttons and beads pattern. But this is a gift for my sister for her birthday. I'm stitching it on a 40 count Tyco Newcastle linen by Picture This Plus. It is really fun to work on. It goes really quick. I am 87.45% complete on this. And this is where I'm at. So when I worked on this just the other day, I finished off this flower. There's a deceptive amount of stitches in there. I did this one and I got this done. So there's a bunch more of like this light blue, and then this is ecru, and those are like the bees. And then I have to finish this border, which is not a lot. There is only 432 stitches left in this. And then there's some back stitches, like for the wings on the bees. But I'm going to frame this for her. That's the kind of finish she wants. And I will have this done by the beginning of October because that's her birthday. And I want to give it to her for her birthday. I'm stitching this with 2 colors of blue and ecru because she wanted it to look like porcelain. So, all right. Next is, this is another WIP Go call for this month, and I did already stitch on this. Not a ton, but sorry. All I have is a black and white cover photo. It's not great, but it is what I have. I'm stitching this with the call for DMC. This is the advent calendar from Crochet A Go-Go. My grandma bought me this PDF pattern. And I started this for 12 by 12 as well. I think I am stitching this on, do I have the thing? I don't know where the tag went. This is a Grace Notes fabric though. And It's in a hoop because I was working on it. It's really pretty. It's got like these teal and grays in it. Very wintry, I feel. I should just take this out of the hoop. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. We're almost at 2 hours, but we're almost done. So that's good. My throat is so dry, even though I've been drinking stuff this whole time. Okay, this is where I'm at. I don't work on this enough. When I worked on this last, though, earlier this month, I worked here and here, and this is a cupcake. Number 1 is a cupcake. And I also changed the numbers I'm doing in red instead of white because I wanted you to be able to see them better. Sorry, this is blowing this out. It's like the sun changed position. That's where I'm at. This is not a lot of fun to work on. There's a lot of color changes, a lot of counting. It's hard because my pattern is in black and white, so I have a picture of it on my phone that I keep referring to see like if I'm doing the right thing. Okay, this is Poisonous Plants. I have a picture of this on my phone, and I am doing this for my son. This is the one he picked out. This is by the Witchy Stitcher. I don't know if you can see it. This is what it looks like. I'm not very far. The goal is to finish it before he graduates from high school next year. All right. This is 28 Count Dusk Lugana by Picture This Plus. Gavin picked it out. I ordered a couple pieces and then he picked out what he wanted it on. This is the moonflower, so I have that first flower done, the top part of this border. I think I'm missing a couple flosses. I'm using the called for, so I have to figure out what I'm missing. But I started on the second flower over here last time I worked on it. I need to work on that. Okay. Next is Flying Hoops. My husband's piece I started for his birthday this year in April. It is Coca-Cola, trademarks, symbols, and slogans. I got this off of a D-Stash group on Facebook, and the one I am stitching is this guy here. It is called Harlequin Can Design. It only has 3 colors in it. Let's see. I don't know when this book was made. I don't see a date on it. But it's pretty cool. My husband works for Coke, which is why I wanted to make him something. So it's in that book. I am stitching this on a I don't know. It's an even weave. 28 count even weave. And this is how far I am. I have an outline of one of the squares. So the whole thing should fit on here. 2 over 1, no, 2 over 2. I don't know. So yeah, this is what I started for his birthday this year. It will be a ton of fill-in. So I was trying to get the word Coke in because everything else is red, which was a nightmare. But that's fine. It's memories, right? on that in a long time either. But it does stitch up. Excuse me. Stitch up pretty quick. Okay, we're getting down. We're getting down to it. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 left. Yeah. Success. Okay, this is a new start. I'll show you that one next. Okay. This is a new start that my friend Tanya is doing. She's doing a stitch along on Etsy, on Instagram. And I don't know. I didn't print the cover. What am I doing? Okay. Let's see if I can find this. It's right here. Okay, it is A Type of Christmas by Erin Elizabeth Designs. I started this the other day because I had the fabric and I had all but 5 of the flosses. And she was starting it. So I decided to too. This is what it looks like. It's super cool. I like these typography ones. I'm stitching this on a 36 count platinum Edinburgh linen from 1, 2, 3 stitch. There it is. I did not get a lot done, but I got to start. So this is how far I am. The border was actually fun to stitch. So I started this the same day I started Forever and Ever. So I had 2 new starts that day, but I liked stitching on Forever and Ever just a little bit more. Like I said, Christmas and winter and fall is hard for me right now. So anyway, that is that. Next, this is one of my favorite projects ever. You guys have seen this since last summer. I started this end of June, beginning of July. So we're coming up on its birthday. I should really try to finish this. It is so close to being done. This is called the Beautiful Sampler. This is by Twin Peak Primitives. This is what it looks like. This is a stitch along with Kia B. She did the model stitch for this, and then she decided to stitch it again for her son. And I would go find her video. It's from last summer, explaining why she was stitching it. Similar to her, this called to me. We were going through a lot of really scary bad things last summer with our son, and this helped get me through a lot of stitching on it. And then in January we had some really bad scary things happening with our youngest daughter, and so while we were in the hospital I stitched on this. So I am 85.09% done with this. Most of what's left is the border. I'm stitching with the called for floss on. This is also a Be Stitch Me fabric. Let's see if I have the tag. I don't. It's a 32 count, I'm sure, even weave. And this, look at how far I am. I can't see. You guys can see how far I am. Let me see. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it so much. So all I have left really is mostly the border. There's a little bit on the end. There's another one of these baskets on the other side, and there is another variable. What?
That's where you have the air conditioning.
Okay.
The window open in there.
Yeah, but I'll close it when I'm done because it gets too hot in here even with air conditioning on.
Okay.
So.
The fire Floss comes in.
What?
Is it fire Floss comes in?
No, because I have to keep the door shut and he'll scratch. So he's fine.
Uh,
Anyway, this is how far I am. This has gotten me through a lot. It says, don't be afraid, just believe. And really, truly, I just had to believe that things would be okay. And things are getting okay. So this stays in my bucket to work on. I work on it whenever my kids stress me out or worry me or whatever. But I love that. I need to get that out. I need to finish it. I'm going to get that one professionally framed, I think. Okay, this one is Happy Campers by the Blue Flower. The pattern is all beat up because this goes camping with me. This is a pattern I bought that my daughter Cadence decided I am stitching for her. I only work on this when we're camping. So it gets quite a bit of love in the summer and not in spring, and not a lot the rest of the year. This is how far I am. When I worked on this last time, I finished the hedgehog and I finished this square here. Next, my daughter gets to decide if I work on the beaver, roasting the other marshmallow, or if I work on this other square. Yeah, I am using the called for floss, and I'm stitching this on a, what is it? It's overdyed floss mostly. It's a 32 count ivory Lugana. That's right. I bought it from, it was so funny. So I had the pattern, but I wanted to use the called for floss. So my husband took me to Acorns and Threads, but I had to look the pattern up online because I forgot to take it with me. And when I put the floss on the counter, they knew what I was stitching. They were just like, oh, is this for Happy Campers? So this is where I'm at. I love this one. This one is a lot of fun. So. One more. We're just at 2 hours. Oh my Lanta. 2 hours. All right, guys. This is a project I am doing with my friend Tanya. It is called Let Love Rain. Our friend Tiffany, I think she's Old Soul Stitcher on Instagram, and the Twin Stitcher maybe on FlossTube. I'll try to link her below, but she's doing this too. It's in this book by Teresa Coet. And let me get it open here. Okay, this is what it looks like. So much brown. So much brown. One shade of blue. So pretty. My friend very graciously bought me the fabric to stitch this on because I couldn't decide what I wanted to stitch it on, and she wanted me to start. So she took the guessing out. She also had these made for us, and this little charm. I love it. I just had to order some more Oscar, and that just came in the mail yesterday, I think. So I'm excited about that. Let me show you my progress. Both of those ladies are way further than me, and that's okay. I'm a process stitcher, not a finisher. This is how far I am. I have, once I'm done with this little butterfly, top of the butterfly wings, I have a page finish, I think. So, page 1. They're all done with the top. I think Tiffany's done with row 2. I don't know. They're light years ahead of me. But it's so pretty. Every time they send me updates, I'm like, oh, I need to work on it. So, anyway, it's going to be massive, but that's okay. I love it. And let me just double check. There's none hiding in here. Okay, that's it. That's all. The only project I didn't show you is Santa House by Cottage Garden. And the reason I didn't show that one is because I am abandoning it for now. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it on the fabric I'm stitching it on. It was a 12 by 12 start, and I haven't bought any more of the series, so I just feel like for now it's on the back burner. So currently, I believe last time I counted, like I said, I was at 49 with my 2 new starts. For 4th of July, I plan on starting, I didn't bring it up, well, you guys know, it's a patriotic one by Teresa Kogut, the big giant one. I plan on starting that one for the 4th of July, and then during 24 hours of cross stitch, I'll have a couple new starts then with my friend. And yeah, that is where I'm at. I keep looking over there to see if there's anything else, but I took my new starts downstairs already, so that they're ready to go, and made sure they were all kitted up. So yeah, my next regularly scheduled floss tube should be I usually film on the 1st, which is a Monday. So I'll either have to do June 30th, which is a Sunday, or July 1st. And you'll get a regular floss tube then with, I'll be in Southern Idaho, and hopefully my grandma will be co-starring. So I hope you like this. I'm sorry it's so long. Sorry, not sorry. We all have a love-hate relationship with long WIP parades. I'm sorry it was so chaotic with my kids busting in, but like I said, I don't mind that when I'm watching floss tubes, because I feel like it makes us more relatable, more human, real people. Yeah, that is all for now. If you like this video, if you want to subscribe to my channel, pretty please. If you're interested in the lives, either on YouTube or Instagram, we could do lives on either of those platforms for 24 hours of cross stitch with me and my friend Tanya. And like I said, we're planning on doing a couple giveaways there. I'll talk about that more in my video coming up in a week and a half. Yeah. So just let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, or, you know, or not. Let me know if you're not interested in that too. That would be nice. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Olaf. And that is all for now. I hope you have been enabled. I hope you saw something that you liked, and got some creative juices flowing for your next project. I will see you all again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.